Hey guys, it's Dr. Berg here. In this video, I'm going to show you the 5 weight loss mistakes that everyone makes. Number 1, thinking it's not working when it really is working. Many times the person is being successful burning fat, but not weight loss because the muscle is increasing, which is heavier, as they're losing fat. So really the goal is to burn more fat, increase body fat percentages. Some of the testing that I do is more sophisticated. I can look deep into the body to see if you're burning fat, and if the person's not losing weight, they're kind of frustrated, but really it is working. So the last thing you want to do is give up or change something when it's really working. So here's what you do. Measure this, focus on the size, the clothes, how the clothes is fitting. Forget the scale, okay? That's number 1. Number 2, using the calorie model. So they do this a lot in Weight Watchers where all calories are equal. You know, it doesn't matter what kind of calories they are as long as you keep them lower. That is not true because certain calories affect the weight differently. For example, let's say you have calories from protein like chicken or fish, right? And you have calories from fruit. Fruit will block fat burning, especially if your metabolism is lower. Sugar will do the same. So it's the hidden sugars. So you really want to look at the type of food, not necessarily the calorie. So that's a huge mistake, especially with hidden sugars like fruit, yogurt, and you know about the grains and the pastas and the cereal and all that, starches. But I think the big one is the fruit. People don't realize that will stop fat burning, especially apples. Number 3, eating too many nuts. So here the person is, they go on an eating plan, and what do they snack on? Tons and tons and tons of nuts. And the problem with nuts is it's very hard to eat just a little bit. At night, you're eating pistachios. Next thing you know, you're eating the whole bag. So when you eat too many nuts, what it does is it interferes with the gallbladder, the liver, and that creates bloating, and that creates right shoulder pain. So many people have that problem. They're just eating too many nuts. Now the problem with nuts is that, yes, they might be low in calories, whatever, and they have some protein, but there is about a bit of fat in there. And I'm not against fat, but you can overdo it. There's a thing called ketosis, which is fat burning, and you can measure it through the urine. If you're in ketosis, that means you're burning fat. And the ketosis diet is all about eating more fat. The problem is, if you're older and your metabolism is low, you may be burning fat, but the fat that you're burning is those nuts and not your own fat. So yes, you can overdo it with too many nuts and too much fat. Number 4, everything in moderation. Don't you hear that all the time? You know, it's okay as long as everything's in moderation, just a little bit it won't get you. Well, here's the thing. The purpose of fat is to protect you against the starvation of sugar. Fat is there as a backup fuel in case you run out of sugar. That means that most people don't burn enough fat because they never starve themselves of sugar. They go on a low-carb diet, which might not be enough starvation of sugar. When you read labels, always look at the sugar grams, okay? Those must be 0. You literally, if your metabolism is slow, you can't do moderation of sugars. You have to do 0 sugars to even get into fat burning. Why? Because just a little bit of the wrong thing, juice or candy or sugar, can literally bump you out of fat burning for 24 to 48 to maybe sometimes 72 hours. So let's say you drink a glass of wine on Monday and then Wednesday and then Saturday. Oh, well, good luck. You just blew the whole week. You're not going to lose any weight because that a little bit of the wrong thing can bump you out of fat burning. So this whole theory of everything in moderation is not workable if your metabolism is slow. Now the other thing is that there's certain things we don't want to go in moderation. We want to go very, very, very high, and that would be vegetables. And I know you probably need to increase that. So an average body needs between 7 to 10 cups of salad or vegetable every single day. Why? Because that will provide for at least the minimum amount of nutrients, especially potassium, magnesium, and a lot of the other electrolytes. You need those foods to get that nutrition. And if you're doing a little side salad, 1 cup, it's just not enough to get the nutrition, and then you create all sorts of other problems. And I'm not going to get into all the benefits of that, but You don't want to go moderate with your vegetables. You want to go a lot unless you're bloating, okay? But you want to go very high with those, moderate protein, and no sugar, okay? So that's number 4. Lastly, we have number 5, focusing only on the weight. This is a big one. So the truth is you don't really have a weight problem. You have a weight symptom. The weight is the tip of the iceberg. What's deeper is a lot of health issues, like sleep problems. Let's say you're not sleeping. If you're not sleeping, you're not going to lose weight. So you want to fix the sleeping. Let's say you have digestive problems, constipated. Let's say you're bloating. Well, that's what you need to fix, because if you're eating a lot of vegetables and you're just bloated, that could be the reason why you're not losing weight. So I look for, instead of the weight, I look for sleeping, digestion, inflammation, your menstrual cycle, hot flashes, that would be hormones. I look for your energy level, your mood, your stress tolerance. Those are the factors that go beyond weight that will really make you successful with weight loss if you focus on them versus just the weight and calories, okay? So I hope you learned something from this, but these are the most common